Hello, welcome back to another stream from Tachyon Lance. Today we're going to be having a look at strike craft carriers and to see how effective they are against some different ship types and fleet compositions. So first of all, we're going to start off with a corvette fleet. Now, this corvette fleet does have one flak in there, so hopefully we can intercept some of those strike craft, and we're going to use disruptors so we can close in close range. And get through the shields and armor and do lots of damage to the hull and hopefully overwhelm them with our large numbers. But we'll see if the strike craft can kill the corvettes before they can do too much damage. Our carriers are like this. We've got the 3 strike craft, we've got the long range whirlwind missiles and marauder missiles to assist. They'll go through shields and help provide damage to the armor and hull. So it should work rather good with each other. Okay, let's see who wins this one.
Hostile fleet assets engaged.
We'll strike craft take off. Missiles are going in. You can see also there's over 100k in firepower versus 66, I think it was. So down one carrier. Not many carriers are going down yet. The corvettes are not going down very quickly. They're losing firepower now. Let's have a look at the damage. They just don't seem to be doing... There is hull damage there. They just don't seem to be doing enough. So they've done over 20,000 to hull with the disruptors. Strikecraft have done less to hull. Advanced Strikecraft, yeah, to armor at 60,000. How's a flak going? Flak 69. 183. Yeah, they're just not doing enough damage at the moment. Yeah, you can see the strike craft, they're just smashing their hull. Look at that hull go down there, they're gone. That's it. Wiped. They lost one ship, pretty convincing win to the strike craft there. The corvettes just couldn't not do enough firepower. Yeah, I'm wondering what ship loadout would be the best for the corvettes. You can try them with a different weapon loadout. I don't think it's going to make that much difference, because even if you do go shields and armor weapons, if the battleship's got huge amounts of shields and armor to get through before you get to the hull. Alright, I'll try a different fleet setup. Alright, this time we've got battleship versus battleship. So this is an artillery battleship that we used in our previous video. It's got a mix of kinetic artillery, plasma weapons so that we can attack their shields and armor. We've got one strike craft. We've got some flak and point defenses in here to hopefully reduce those fighters, strike craft and missiles. And we've got a few missiles in there to help out and get through to the armor and hull damage as well. This is an all armor battleship. So we'll see if that helps with reducing the strike craft damage or not. Because it goes through shields and armor anyway. So our carriers remain the same. I think the combat computers was artillery, I think. Yes. Okay. Let's see how this goes. See a lot of damage being done to the shields, armor there. They've already lost one battleship, one carrier, 2 carriers. Okay, they've lost the battleship. carriers seem to be going down faster at the moment. No, it's evened up. Let's have a look at the firepower. What's happened with the damage output. So yeah, kinetic artillery is doing a lot of damage to the hull. Advanced strike craft. Yeah, advanced strike craft tearing through the armour because that's what they've mostly got. $15-15. Ooh, strike craft could get this. It's close. Look at the hole. Look at the hole. It's close. Oh. Oof. Okay. So that was a clear win for our strike craft. 14 remaining, yeah. So the carrier battleship beats the artillery battleship, even though that was pretty much optimized to fight strike craft. That's probably the best you can do. You can try and change out some of the weapons. You can maybe change plasma or something, or connect to something else, but then you're not going to get through the shields and armor. You can maybe go for a mix of shields and armor, but I don't think it's going to make much difference versus strike craft. They go through both anyway, and the missiles of these guys also go through shields, so that's why armor was probably the most effective choice, and they still lost. Okay, well that's interesting. So we've got 2 down for strike craft. Straight up battleships and corvettes lost to strike craft. All right, let's try our cruisers. I think our cruisers will do pretty good. All right, this time we've got our same carrier battleships versus our cruisers with devastator torpedoes. So we'll see if these are effective or not. So I'm expecting that the devastator torpedoes should do a lot of damage. Once they close in the range, they should wipe these battleships out. But see, it depends how much damage a strike craft can do as well. These also have the shield hardening and the armor hardening on. So we'll see how that helps with the strike craft, because that should prevent some of the damage. Oof. Cruisers are closing in too fast on the carriers by the look of it. They're losing a few. Carriers are losing some too. Yeah, just those devastated torpedo volleys. Okay, let's pause, have a look at the damage. It's pretty close, I think. Devastated torpedoes to be expected. Advanced strike craft, it's up high as well. Damage to hull. Both 100% efficient. Devastated torpedoes to armor. And advanced strike craft as well. That's quite high. So, I think it's going to be quite close battle. Strike craft getting advantage now. They're just tearing through the cruisers. Yeah, looks like they've got it won again. Now that was surprising. I was sure the cruisers would win this. Huh. That was a surprise. I thought the cruisers with the Devastator torpedoes against battleships with their multiplicative damage would win that battle. Very interesting. So that's 3 wins at the strike craft. Everything we're throwing at them, they're winning. Okay, so let's try a balanced fleet composition. I could try mass destroyers. Yeah, I might try mass destroyers, and then we'll go for a balanced fleet. See how that holds up. Okay, for this battle we've got our PD destroyers. Hopefully they can take out some of the missiles and strike craft and fire their own missiles. They're on a picket. Combat computers, and then we've got our standard destroyer. She's got a mix of all weapons, so we've got good shields, good armor, penetration damage there. Not penetration, but just damage. We've also got the picket computer. So we'll just see if the numbers of this can overwhelm the numbers of strike craft. I'm thinking the destroyers should win this one. These destroyers are losing a lot. Wow, they've lost a lot. They're just not doing enough damage. Ouch. They are going down so fast. What has done all that damage? Is it just a strike craft ripping into them, is it? Yeah. They just don't have the hull. They're going straight for the shields and arm, just obliterating their hull. And their weapons are just not doing enough. They can't even get through their shields and their armor. They just can't do enough damage. And that's the problem with having PD. They didn't lose one. Not one battleship went down, carrier battleship. That's insane. They just could not get through the shields and armor of those battleships. And that is a problem when you try and put PD in your fleet to counteract the strike craft, but maybe it's just better going for firepower. Just having pure firepower. How about we try that again? But let's try it with just 85 standard destroyers that go in and overwhelm them without the PD. Okay, so this time we've got 85 destroyers, all with their kinetic and armor weapons here, laser weapons. So we'll see if they can do a lot more damage and just overwhelm these carriers with numbers. Still losing a lot. We'll see if it looks like they're doing more damage. They're just losing too many too quickly. They lost a carrier this time. They just can't do enough damage. Lost 2 carriers. It's just an annihilation. Strikecraft just annihilated them. Alright, that's pretty clear victory again for the Strikecraft. That's 4 in a row. Alright, this time we'll try mixed fleet combinations. Okay, for this battle we've got a mixed fleet versus our carriers. So we've got our standard battleships with kinetic, some armor, tachyon lance to get through the armor and hull hopefully. With mix of armor and shields. Armor hardening with a bit of speed. We've got some cruisers. We've gone for the energy torpedoes to try and get these carriers at range and try and get some long range hurt on these guys. So hopefully they can do some damage. The battleships hopefully are getting down the shields. We've got our standard class destroyers we used last time, 10 of them. Then we've got our PD destroyers with some more missiles as well. So a good mix there. Then we've got our corvettes, 40 of them. Hopefully they can close in and do a bit of damage and also kill down some of those strike craft. let our cruisers and battleships do the damage, and then we've got our frigates. Hopefully they can sneak in, unleash some neutron launchers on them. Maybe Devastators would be better in this scenario, but we'll just see. I don't think the frigates will last long with the strike craft around, so at least they're going to get off 1 or 2 shots with the neutron launchers before they all die, maybe. So let's see what happens. One carrier down. 3 carriers down. Seems more even. Carrier fleet's definitely taking more damage. Will it be enough? Their damage is holding up. Oh, it could be collapsing now. Yeah. This looks like it's over. Let's check the damage. What's doing the damage here? Advanced strike craft getting through to the hull. Neutron launchers are doing okay. Yeah. Nearly twice as much as the Tachyon Lancers. Ouch. 5 in a row for strike craft. Wow. Alright. Well, I might try a fleet composition like that again, but let's change it up with Devastator torpedoes, and I might try and put some more shield weapons, some more kinetic to get through those shields better. For this fight, we've got a similar fleet composition. This time I've added the Giga Cannon into the battleships. Our cruisers are now our Devastator cruisers, and I've put in some more missiles, so hopefully we can close in, do a lot more damage, and unleash some long-range attacks. Our destroyers are pretty much the same there. We've got our PD destroyers, they're the same. Corvettes I've changed. I've put double Gauss cannons on them. I want them to close in and try to whittle down those shields, and then get some armor damage into them and hull damage if they can. And our frigates are now also our Devastator frigates. So hopefully they can close in quickly and unleash some of them and do some damage early. Let's see how this goes and see if we can get a victory. Didn't get many carriers early then. Carriers just seem to be, with those engines, advanced afterburners, just seem to be too quick, get away. Their strike craft do too much damage to the frigates and just corvettes and destroyers. Yeah, another big win for strike craft. Wow.
Alert. Fleet unit offline.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to change this up a bit. We need a lot more PD. Let's try a build with lots and lots of PD. Okay, so for this battle, we've got a little bit different fleet composition. We've got a whole heap of destroyer PDs. We've got 40 odd of them. Lots of point defenses and missiles. So we'll see how they go. If this doesn't work, maybe I can try it with some flak and see if that works better. We've got more cruiser Devastator torpedoes and missiles, and then we've got battleships. I've changed it up to Giga Cannon to try and get the shield damage down a bit quicker, and I've also changed the battleships to line. I want my battleships to close to medium range so they can use their kinetic weapons and also their plasma weapons and getting closer. And because we're up against strike craft, so it doesn't matter what range we're really fighting at. They're firing missiles at us as well, so let's get in medium range and let's try and hammer their shields and armor and try and get some damage done. But then at least our missiles from our cruisers can maybe get through their armor faster and do damage to their hull. And these guys will do damage to their armor as well. So just need to get through their shields. All right, let's see how this goes. So shields are going down faster. That's good. Now into their armor. They only lost one carrier. Ugh. Yeah. So the strike craft again. Devastator torpedoes. Just look at those strike craft damage to armor. Even the devastator torpedoes can't match them. Wow. Strike craft is ripping us apart. We just can't do enough damage. We're not even close to winning in any of these battles. That's what, 6 in a row, 7 in a row? We've been flogged. So far, it just seems like no matter what you do, if you go more PD, you don't have enough firepower to get through their shields, armor, and do enough damage to the hull because they're big battleships. They take a lot of beating. Meanwhile, their strike craft are just going through your armor, through your shield, straight to your hull, and ripping you to shreds. I wonder if flak would make a difference. If they could change it all to flak. Let their missiles get through and just change, just go after the strike craft. I'll try that, and if that doesn't work, I don't know what will. Okay, let's see if this design can carry the day. We've got arc emitters with missiles, whirlwind missiles, some strike craft. Hopefully we can take out some battleships, take out the battleship carriers this way. Hopefully we can go for their shields and armor and do a bit of damage to their hull. Same devastator cruisers. Hopefully our battleships will complement them a bit better. And we've got a whole heap of destroyers with flak. Just a lot of flak and just some missiles. So their job is to run interference. Hopefully they can destroy a lot of those strike craft before they get to our battleships and cruisers. Well, battleships and cruisers, dishing out the firepower. Let's see how we go. One, two, three carriers down already. 4. This is looking a bit better. 5. Oof. Could be on a winner here. Let's look at the damage. It looks like a clear victory here. Yeah, focused arc emitters are doing quite a lot of damage. Devastator torpedoes, yeah. So we're just doing more damage before their strike craft can get to us. Yeah. Good, we found a counter. Let's finish this battle. Okay, so we did find a counter in the end, but it did take battleships with arc emitters. I think that was one of the key differences. And extra missiles would have added as a bonus in, and maybe the destroyers with flak helped a little bit more, but I do think it was the arc emitters which helped. And I think this battleship design just complemented the cruiser design with going with the torpedoes. So the destroyers were able to do enough damage to hold off, to reduce their strike craft damage, while we were able to get more effectively through their shields and armor faster and do more damage to those carriers. The only problem with this is what I see is to get arc emitters is obviously a late game tech. Mostly, you know, it's quite late in the game, whereas you can build battleship carriers. You know, you might probably have level 2 strike craft. You can get that by year 50, no problems. You get battleships by year 50, no problems. So you can build battleships with level 2 strike craft and go around and dominate the galaxy. We've seen everything else we throw against them just does not work. They obliterate it. It's only a very specific build so far I've seen, like with these battleships, that you can counter it. Maybe if you go all missiles, everything you've got pretty much, maybe able to counter it. I don't know, you guys can come up with some designs and suggestions. You guys probably have a better idea than what I do. But from what I can see is that early mid-game, using carrier battleships, even cruiser carriers as well, you could dominate the battlefield quite effectively. So yeah, I think that is a powerful build. Is the strike craft the new meta? Don't know, you guys tell me. It's a pretty powerful build. 3 strike craft of the battleship's hull, armor and shields. Yeah, I'm in my own experience, I've been using them a lot in our multiplayer games. I've been using them against Crisis, to the point where my strike craft blot out stars. There's just thousands of them. There's that many of them, and they've been quite effective at fighting the Crisis. Although I am using mixed fleets, I'm using battleships with lots of long-range weapons, cruisers with destroyers, cruisers with devastator torpedoes, and also I'm using cruiser carriers as well. So I'm using a mix of larger ships, but that's more later game. So tell me what you think. If you think there's some ship designs that you think will counter carriers or strike craft more effectively, but you can see I tried quite a wide range there, and quite a different variety of PD, flak. We tried to use close-in weapons. We tried to use missiles. We've tried the arc emitters, the giga cannon, and we tried tachyon lance. Arc emitters seem to be the best. It seemed to be the best when you need to go against someone who you need to get their hull down faster. Otherwise, they're going to overwhelm you, which they do with the strike craft. So you want to kill their ships quicker before their strike craft can do enough damage. And it just seemed the arc emitter with missiles was the best combination, with the torpedoes as well. That seemed to be all work together to get that job done, with the destroyers providing that point defense. So if you liked this video, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and we'll do some more videos in the near future. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, I do have a Discord channel up now, so you can see that in my comments section, and it'll be in the description down below as well. Alright, catch you next time. Bye for now.